Welcome back, and as it is nearly already the middle of spring, with many updates not far away, in this video I'm going to be checking out the best ERLC update photoshops. So every day people post photoshops in the PRC suggestions channel. However, a few people spend hours working on insane photoshops for ERLC to hopefully one day receive that feature in game. So today we're going to be checking them out. So starting off with Prince here, shout out to him. Starting here, add a feature where you can view which server your friends are in. Here we can see he has created this Photoshop here, and in the top right you can see his friends, and you are able to see what servers your friends are in. This is really cool, and I would love to see this added, since many times when I'm trying to join a server with my friends in, and I press join on the Roblox page, and I can't join them since the experience is restricted, but you are able to see what servers your friends are in, so you can join them and roleplay with them in certain servers. This would be great, and I really hope ERLC adds something like this. And as you can see, the photoshops he creates are insane. This is probably exactly what it would look like in game, but I really hope this suggestion will be added at some point to the game, since a lot of people would enjoy this feature and it would be very useful to have. So the next Photoshop here is to add a new app to the phone, the music app, and we can see the app icon in this first image and the layout in the second image. This is very cool, having another app, and we can see you'd be able to scroll through music, and this kind of looks like Apple Music's UI. However, I don't think this will be added to the game, since we do have the boombox that you can purchase and play music in game, so I don't think a app like this is necessary. But if PRC were going to change the boombox or something, this would be a very cool thing to have in game. Now the next suggestion is the ability to sabotage traffic lights, something nice and simple. And you can see in this image here, you are able to approach one of the light boxes and sabotage it, which would be insane. And me and a lot of people would like to see more robberies and these kind of things added to the game, and this would work kind of like the fire alarm system in game, where you pull the fire alarm and you become wanted. I think this would be very cool, and you'd be able to go up to the light boxes and sabotage them, and then the lights will flash like when they are broken, and possibly DOT would have to come and fix it. And it would be great to see some more activities like this that criminals can do in the game. So hopefully at some point in the future we will see this added, since this is one of my favorite suggestions by far. Then another one here. We should have a feature where High Rock Park tickets are a thing. And as you can see in this image, he has made a High Rock Park ticket, and you can show your pass and the gate would open. But this is so cool. Exactly what I'd imagine it to look like in game, and probably very similar to what it would look like. And you'd pay somewhere, be able to get this entry pass, and you'd be able to pass in and out of the park without paying all the time. It's another thing you could roleplay with, and I really hope something like this will be added. But nice small suggestion, and as you've seen, his photoshops are very cool, and hopefully some of them will be added to the game. But massive shout out to Prince for all these photoshops. Now on to our second person, MG the Line. Massive shout out to him, and he's done many photoshops in the PRC Discord. So starting off, gun customization. This has been mentioned a lot in the PRC community, and in the developer Q&A a while back, they said that they were working on gun customization. And as you can see here, this Photoshop he's created, you can go up to the tables in the stations and customize your weapon. This could be something what the menu would look like, and as you can see, you'd be able to add a laser, some grips, and some suppressors and magazines to your weapon, optimizing it to the best standards. And we know the developers are working on this, but this is a very accurate representation of what it might look like in game. So he has sent me a few other photoshops for us to check out in this video. video. And starting off, a big talking point over the last year is adding a admin panel to ERLC. And you can see here, admins would be able to manage moderators and logs and permissions in the server. And as you can see here, this is a insane Photoshop here. And I know a lot of servers would love to see something like this. So instead of having to go to the server logs, you could just come here and see all the moderation logs and access them easily in the menu. But this is a very cool suggestion. Now, moving on to another private server roleplay feature. You could change the price of guns in game. And as you can see here, there's many guns on the civilian team, and you can see that you would be able to change the price of the weapons to make it realistic to your server and the area your server is from. And this is a very cool feature which would optimize private servers and give them even more customization. At this point, I don't think PRC will do this since they want to keep it fair for everyone, and you never know, maybe in the future they might add it, but at the moment in time, I do not think they will add this. The next suggestion here is a remodel of the UI, and you can see you'd be able to purchase game passes from in the game, and this UI looks very nice. So you can click on a game pass and it will come up here with the description and what the game pass offers you, and you'd be able to buy it in game. This would be very useful, so hopefully we will see something like this added in game, since I love this and it looks very cool. And it wouldn't be a suggestions video if we didn't talk about the main talking point for the last few months, a FD update. So as you probably already know and have seen, this year people have been going crazy for a FD update and everyone really wants one. And don't you worry, we can be expecting some news very soon on the AFD update and expecting something very big in the summer update. So not long now till AFD update, but the developers are working very hard behind the scenes. But looking at this suggestion here, this would give players the ability to cut open a car door. So these spreaders and cutters have been in game for years now, and they've just been in game. You haven't been able to use them for anything. They've just been a roleplay item which you can use to roleplay. But giving these items a use would be incredible. Over the years, many people have suggested this, but with a FD update coming later this year, I definitely think we can expect something with the spreaders and cutters to happen. This would just take the fire department team in-game to a next level. So wrapping up the video here with our final suggestion, and it is another one for the fire department team. Here you can see the MDT, and they have photoshopped this feature. On the fire team, you'd be able to call in air support. So like in real life, when there's wildfires, fire departments use cranes to drop water or fire retardant on the fire to stop or contain the fire. This would be very cool, and it's definitely possible we can see this being added to the game, since we do already have helicopters in the game for the police team. But this would be incredible. This would honestly make ERLC stand out so much among other games, taking Roblox roleplay to a whole different level. And the amount of roleplays you could do with this is unlimited. So some very cool photoshops for future updates in ERLC. And as always, if you have any suggestions, make sure to leave them down in the comments and I will read and respond to them. And if you have any cool photoshops like these, then make sure to send me a DM on Discord and I'll take a look at them and maybe make another video on some of your guys' suggestions. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video so you don't miss out on any future content like this. But I'll see you guys in my next video.